I've had a lot of people tell me recently that they grew up Catholic, but they're no longer Catholics. And this is very common amongst my friends and people that I know that have grown up Catholic. They're no longer Catholic. Why? I want to know. I'm very curious as to why this is. Me personally, I was raised to be a Hindu. My dad wanted me to become a Hindu. We did all the prayers and we went to the temples and everything, but I never really wanted to be a Hindu. And for me, it was because I didn't see it as anything that enhanced my life. It seemed that you went and did prayers to ask for things. You wanted a better life, you wanted more money, you wanted you to be successful. So you would go and ask for these things and then ask for forgiveness for the bad things that you did. But it sort of was like a license to go and do more bad things and to just continue doing these things instead of actually improving your behavior, becoming a better person. So I wonder if it's a similar reason for why people who grew up Catholic in Catholic family and going to Catholic church are is similar to my experience. So if you're Catholic, I want to know why, or if you grew up Catholic and are no longer Catholic, I want to know why you're no longer Catholic. What was it about Catholicism, or about the church, or about your parents, or about whoever was trying to make you become Catholic, that turned you off from the religion? I've heard a variety of reasons. One of the reasons being that they grew up and they started asking questions. What questions? I'm not really sure. They didn't tell me. Another one was that their parents tried to push it on them, and why they didn't accept it, I don't know. I didn't really get a good answer for that. So I'm curious, like why is that the case? Because it's really interesting, right? Religion is supposed to enhance your life. It's supposed to make it better. It's supposed to offer a vehicle of which you can see into yourself and look inside, because all the major religions, actually I don't know about all of them, but I know that Hinduism and Christianity, at least I don't know about the other ones, they have a concept in which you look inside yourself to see what you need and where you're going wrong, because everything that you need is within you. Whoa, look at that color change. Everything that you need, these two religions say that everything you need is within you, and the outside world is a sort of like a virtual reality where you have a part to play, you have a role, but you shouldn't be of the world. You shouldn't be seeking the pleasures of the world and getting distracted by the things in here. It's a spiritual experience. We're not physical beings, but we are spirits come here for a particular purpose. In Hinduism, the world is called Maya, and people get caught up in the distractions of Maya, and that's what stops them from attaining higher spiritual awareness. In Christianity, I don't know what is the world called. It's not coming to me if there's a different name for it. But it's sort of a distraction from seeing that we are actually a spirit, and that we have a particular purpose for which we are come here, and it's not to get distracted by the fancy cars and money and the relationships here. It's supposed to enhance your understanding of who you are, right? So I'm a little confused well, I sort of understand it because I rejected it while I was growing up because I saw that, well, I don't know. I didn't really see anything. I thought it was sort of just like a waste of time. I thought that doing the prayer and, asking for things was sort of, you're living a contradiction because you were saying one thing, saying that you're going to do one thing and be a good person and then go off and not listen to what you're saying and be a bad person, right? You judge other people, you put other people beneath you, and you put yourself on a pedestal and say that you're better than other people, and you discriminate and all this kind of stuff. That's what I saw happening. And with my parents, they were, well, that's what I saw happening with my growing up with religion. People were saying one thing and then going off and doing another thing. And to me, that didn't make any sense. But now that I'm looking into it on my own and I'm reading the Bible and I'm planning on reading the Bhagavad Gita after that, and maybe the Quran actually too, because might as well. That's the third major religion in the world, and see what it has to say, which would be very interesting to see what it has to say. But they're all like, I feel like a lot of people have the wrong idea about what religion teaches. And a lot of my friends are atheists or agnostics, right? And whenever I ask them about like, where do you get your values from, or what does it mean to you to be atheist, and how come you're not with the religion that you grew up with? And they always say some variation of that. They think that the best way to be in the world is to treat others with kindness and respect, and see that everybody is, sort of on the same level. And what has become, it was revealed itself as being surprising to me, is that that is what at least Christianity and Hinduism teaches, but it's been screwed up. And I think maybe that's why people get turned off from it, especially when they're growing up as kids, because kids ask a lot of questions. You tell them something and they say, why? And then you tell them the reason for that, and then they say, why? And then eventually you get tired of them asking why, and you say, that's just because how it is. That's how it is. Don't ask any more questions. Just do what I tell you to do. And that turns kids off from it because they want to know why. They want to know the reason. They have genuine curiosity about the world. But when an adult doesn't know the answer, if they have anger, then they're going to screw it up. They're going to traumatize the child. So I'm guessing that's why. That's why I was turned off from it, because nobody could answer my questions. And even today, my family is not really able to answer my questions on why. And they say, stop asking questions, stop being combative, stop questioning authority, pretty much. But now it's fun. It's interesting to see how it reacts. When I was a child, I would get angry at this, right? Because that's what I saw. But now it's more of an interesting, like, learning experience to see how it is. So yeah, if you're Catholic, actually, I don't want to just limit it to Catholicism, but if you grew up with any sort of religion being put on you as that's the religion that your parents grew up with, and you're not that religion anymore, why? I'm curious. I just want to know what the reason is. I'm guessing, it's not going to have anything to do with the religion itself, but it's going to have to do with the people, the authority figures that say that they're part of the religion, and the ones that, tell you what the religion is about. Because I can see that that's a very valid point. So I'm curious. I want to know why. Why, if you grew up with a religion, how come you're not that religion anymore? And what religion are you now? Maybe. I don't know. However much you want to say. I'm just curious about that.